Hello, this is a quick install video of setting up a Steadypass on a 92 Mastercraft. As you see, this is my boat, and we'll just have a look at the dash here. These boats from factory have two speedos like this, so I just popped one of them out and installed the Steadypass in there, in its location where the old speedo was. The wiring was pretty simple, just took power off the back of the key here. There. And for the tacho input, there was just the input on the back of the tacho there, so I just grabbed that for the Steadypass. Just used the common earth from the back of the dash for the Steadypass as well. Obviously ran the little GPS sensor up on the dash there. Just pops out from under the dash unit. The temperature sensor's been too hard to install either. I ran one of them to the back of the boat and popped it out the hole where the previous speedo pickup was. And yeah, that's pretty much the dash part. Should be pretty simple as long as you understand electrical wiring. Hi all, this is the servo insulation part of my Steadypass on my Mastercraft. Everything that you see here on this section all came with the kit from Steadypass. So this is the original throttle linkage here, which goes into the plate. This little nut I got out of the kit. This little nut came with the rest of it, so as you can see it's just all bolted together there. This is where I put my servo. I've put it down here on my particular boat because this part of the muffler is water cooled, and so I wanted to make sure that the servo was in a coolish location. So that's that part of it. With my one, I would recommend not doing what I did, and to check your throttle operation with the carb before you put all the Steadypass bits and pieces on, because I found with my one that if you put the throttle into drive, you can't really see it, but it does increase the it pulls a little bit on the throttle anyway when you do that, and I found that my one had that particular part of it adjusted out, and so when I first put it all on, I found the engine RPM was increasing too much when I put it into gear because of that. So I would recommend that you check your throttle operation as it was from the factory prior to putting all this set up on. So I've ended up just adjusting it with these two nuts here to get the throttle in the correct position. And so initially I adjusted it with the maximum throttle position by slacking it off a bit, but I ended up with a gap between this piece and the end of the Bowden cable here, which meant that the throttle cable ends up quite slack in some position, whereas you can see now with it in gear, there's no slack there whatsoever. So it's all nice and good. And I'll just show you one other part. We will put it in maximum throttle and put it in servo test mode, just to show you the operation of the throttle with it all set up. So I'll just push my full throttle to here, which has pulled it all the way on. And then we'll just go into servo test mode on our Steadypass. And as you can see, this is the operation of the throttle when it's in servo test mode. It just smoothly goes nicely backwards and forwards. There's a tiny gap when it's in servo test mode, but that's not there when you set it. So yeah, and I adjusted my minimum throttle as well, so that there's just a tiny bit of slack at that point, because obviously if you put it in servo test mode, you'll find when it gets to minimum throttle there might be quite a lot of slack here in the cable, so I've just adjusted it down so it goes just a tiny bit slack, so there's not a whole bunch of cable floating around in that particular scenario. And yeah, that's the servo component of it all set up and working.